Hey guys, Digital Lifestyle here, back with another video. Right, we're going through a massive change in the system, not just financially, but we see globally with all these different infractions that are taking place, whether it be wars or pandemics or whatever you want to call it. It is taking place. We are seeing, you could even level it down to migrants and the migrant crisis and everything else that's going on with that. Everything is a part of what is taking place. We are changing hands, if you will. The world is changing into a much more decentralized world, I believe, whereby people need to produce, manufacture, or countries need to produce, manufacture, and look after themselves, because right now in this world that we're living in, it is too fractured. The system that is what it was built on, the dollar that they then could print out of anything, to infinity, is now proving itself to be a failure in this global economy. We are moving into a digital economy whereby tokens of value, tokens that are associated with different things, whether it be tapped to a dollar pegged asset, whether it be gold, uranium, whatever it is, bonds, stocks, in companies, all those kind of things are going to be tokenized. This is where we are going, and I think we are practically there now. However, there needs to be this event that needs to take place that has to wash the old away and bring in the new. Although we haven't got much clarity in terms of regulations, we all know, and I've got previous videos out there showing that UK, Australia, Canada, all these other countries are moving forward with digital assets and are not going to allow the USA to hold them back because of their hegemonic attitude towards this world, because it is hegemony. They want to be the ones that wreck the most and keep the world in this trap of segregation, separation, undemocratic rule, if you will. That's how I see it. I don't know how you see it, and I'm not sure, but it's time to kind of like reveal what's going on. And Ray Dalio says it best, and I have got a video out. I have put a video out there about what he's saying. But we are going through a changing world order, and how it happens, how it transpires. He explains it best. We do have to have a war, and I'm seeing that happening now. I'm not going to play the whole video. I will allow you to go and review it for yourself and look at it for yourself, and then make decisions for yourself. I will also advocate that we need to, or you may want to look at digital assets as a safe haven, because risk-on assets become in times of stress valuable assets, because people can, especially when new technology is about the place, people start to understand that they can actually transact with this new technology. And with some of the technologies out there, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, those utility tokens may see a rise. I'm not saying this is not financial advice, as a result of these events that are taking place in the geographical world of war. And yeah, let me get you what Ray Dalio says.
This study taught me valuable lessons that I'm going to pass along to you here in a distilled form. You can find the comprehensive version in my book, Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order. Let me begin with a story that brought me to this point, about how I learned to anticipate the future by studying the past. In 1971, when I was a young clerk on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, the United States ran out of money and defaulted on its debts. That's right, the U.S. ran out of money. How? Well, back then, gold was the money used in transactions between countries. Paper money, like the dollar, was like checks in a checkbook in that it had no value other than it could be exchanged for gold, which was the real money. At the time, the United States was spending a lot more money than it was earning by...
This is the problem. The US debt is astronomical right now. They printed $33 trillion in the space of months compared to what they had printed previously in the space of years. And Ray Dalio explains it best. If you don't have the gold to back the currency, what happens? What literally happens?
Writing a lot more of these paper money checks than it had gold in the bank to exchange for them. As people turned these checks into the bank for gold money, the amount of gold in the U.S. started to dwindle. It soon became obvious that the U.S. couldn't keep its promises for all the existing paper money, so people holding dollars rushed to exchange them before the gold ran out. Recognizing that the U.S. was going to run out of real money, on Sunday evening, August 15th, President Nixon went on television to tell the world that the U.S. was breaking its promise to let people exchange their dollars for gold. Of course, he didn't say it that way. He said it more diplomatically, without making it clear that the United States was defaulting.
The strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy. And the American economy is by far the strongest in the world. Accordingly, I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators.
Right, I'm not going to play the rest of this video because I think you're going to get the gist of it. But what I would encourage you to do is go and watch it because it explains the transition from a new system to from an old system to a new system, and we're going through that now. We're seeing the world wars that take place. We're seeing the devaluation of currencies. We're seeing high inflation rates. The dollar has is all right in the UK at the moment, in the USA at the moment, but it's not all right in the rest of the world because it's inflated, and people can't afford to buy what they would normally afford to buy with the dollar. And we're seeing high gas, electricity prices as a result of the geographical problems that are taking place, and that is not just within the Ukraine area now. This is now in the Middle East, and this could only exacerbate the prices of oil, and maybe have some good for gold. I don't know. I cannot say that, but I do know. We are transitioning, not financial advice, into a digital world. Is this a catalyst for it, or then we will see? Quite simply because they always need a catalyst to make things as smooth as possible for them, not for us. They make it very difficult for us. And the other thing, they don't educate. They're not educating people in schools. We're not educating our children in terms of one, how geographical changes impact finances, etc., gold, oil, gas, etc. They don't teach these things. What they teach is you need to be a slave in the system. Anyway, G-Set Lifestyle out. I'm going to end it there because I've got on a rant. Like and subscribe if you like what I'm coming out with. from now on, it's probably going to be a bit more random because of what's going on geographically, but I will be informed and keep you informed of in the digital asset space, because we are digital, and I think if you understand that there are commodities, or not commodities literally, or assets, if you like, digital tokens or companies that will break through in this space, like like Amazon, and PayPal and the like, then YouTube included, Yahoo, all those other companies that came in that period of time of the switch from a monologue, if you like, to a digital age took place, and it happened, and a lot of people don't remember that, or they're new, or they're new and they're new to this system. And I think also as well, what happened in 2020, but it happened way back in 2019, to be honest with you. The system crashed back in September 2019, so they had this thing that happened, and ever since then there's been disaster after disaster after disaster, and there's likely to be more. Anyway, I'm exhausted talking. Do check Lifestyle out. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. Like and subscribe.